G'day folks and welcome to my next video. This particular video is going to be a little bit different to the norm, but based on the success of the one that I produced several years ago, Tips and Tricks, we thought we'd come back with some of the latest innovations that we've incorporated into our vans and we've used over the last several years. And we've got some beauties for you, trust me. But make sure you hang around to the end because I've got my #1 fitment to this van that you will thank me for forever. So please sit back and enjoy Tips and Tricks Essentials. So the #1 tip of the day. Now this is a device that's been around for some time now, but once again, I've sort of ignored the fact it was on the market and thought, oh yeah, it's one of those gadgets, you know. But this is an automatic leveler. Now, as you probably know, when you get to these sites, leveling the van could well be the failure of a marriage. So I'm going to call this the marriage saver, but most people call it a leveler. So with the single wheelbase caravans and the fact that we've got a combo shower inside, it's critical that we get the lateral level correct. And if we don't, we have problems with the shower water coming out into the caravan. So it's quite critical, and it can be tedious, but with this device, it's as easy as. So we've found out that we've got a bit of a slope down this way, so we've got to turn the slope back the other way. So it's just a simple matter of putting one ramp there, and then we just head round to the car, and I'll see you in the car. Okay. This little device that I've called an automatic leveler, there's various brands around, so I'm just going to let you find out the brands yourself and do your research. But I've got one called Opossum. God knows where they get these names from. But anyway, this device is just a little black square module that fits on your van somewhere. It's got to be calibrated, and I won't go through the calibration process in this video, but it's quite simple to do. Once it's calibrated, it's done forever. And that Bluetooth's to the phone. And as you can see, I've got it sitting up on the dash here, and there's two particular parameters that you have to set. One is called the roll, and the other one is called the pitch. Now, the roll is a lateral side to side, and as you can see, we're sloping down towards the door, but we've got to get it so it slopes back. And also, it's got the digital readout. It's 1.1 degree to the left at the moment. We've got to get it minus 0.3 degree to the right, which is pretty easy. So the pitch, we'll worry about that in a little time. So we'll start up the engine, and you'll see that we'll just take it forward slightly, bring it up on the ramp. It's now saying 0.6, 0.7, so it's come up a little bit. But you can see there's no interaction between anyone else. It's just me and the vehicle. Now we're sitting at minus 0.2, 0.3. So that's it. That's done. The lateral's done and it's perfect. It's now just a time to put a chock underneath the back of the ramp, and the pitch, that's simply done by winding up your jockey wheel. So, and you can see the pitch at the moment is on 0, 0, 0. So, I mean, you can't really get any better than that. So if we wanted to stay connected, well, we could quite easily. We've got the perfect now. We've got a minus 0.2 to the fall to the shower recess, and the forward and aft, the pitch is perfect. So how easy is that? What a beaut idea. So there you go. That's called a Opossum leveler. Opossum is the brand, by the way. And if that's not a marriage saver, well, I don't know what is. So anyway, let's move on to our tip #2. Alrighty, tip #2, stone protection. Now, none of us want our vans bashed around, let's face it. And there's all sorts of stone protection ideas out there. There's the steel meshes that come up at an angle, which are pretty much useless. There's rubber mats that go down the back of your car. I mean, there's all sorts of gizmos and gadgets, but none of them come close to the stone stomper. Now, I have featured this before, and so I'm not going to go through too much detail, but pretty much if you order this right, and they're all ordered online, so, and the details they have on the online purchasing are very, very detailed, but I've found out from experience in having these before with previous vans, there's a couple of little things extra you need to allow for. And if you do this, you can basically kiss goodbye stone chips on your van, non-event. The first thing is too, when you're ordering, they ask you the width of the car. Well, in my experience, that's fine, but allow at least 50 mil extra on either side. And that will avoid stone chips that come down the side coming onto your van. So an extra 50 mil there is what I have done. And with this particular van, we have got no stone chips at all after thousands of kilometres of dirt tracks. And of course, moving up to the van, I've allowed about 40 mil extra over the side of the van. So if you do that, this stone stomper is going to be absolutely brilliant for you and you won't have an issue. Some people have complained about the complexity of taking it on and off when you pull up at camp. Look, fair dinkum, it takes 10 seconds to undo these latches, drop it back, put your jockey wheel on, job's done. So in my opinion, it's not a big deal for the sake of protecting your van. And this is just the only way to go. stonestomper.com.au. Check them out and you'll be happy you did. Okay, moving inside, another little handy hint we've got for you is the mounting of bottles. Now, tall bottles are notorious for just falling over. It doesn't matter even if you're on tarred roads, they're forever falling over. And what we've come up with is these PVC tubes. And we just simply cut a length off, screw it to the cabinet, and that's where the bottle goes, and it never goes anywhere. The other one is also use the one wrap Velcro here, and that wraps around the white vinegar bottle, and once again, that won't go anywhere either. Have you ever pulled up at a campsite a bit late in the afternoon sometime and just wished you had that quick meal that you could cook up? You know, long day on the road, the last thing you want to be doing is preparing a nice lengthy meal, particularly if you want something nutritious. Well, I'm sure we have, and this is a bit of a hint for you. What we've done, we put aside a day here and there, and we have a cook up. And we cook up lots of different meals. And in this zip-tied bag here, you can see it's just a bolognese. And there we've got meatballs, which can mix and match together with anything you like. So a bit of spaghetti, bit of bolognese. And by the way, as I said, they're in meal size. So in the pan, 20 seconds in the microwave, whatever, and you've got a really quick meal. So yeah, and they pack really, really good in the freezer, as you can see. So yeah, give it a go sometime. Another little tip I've got for you is TV reception. Now, I don't know about you, but the antennas that they put on these caravans, they just drive me insane. I mean, you put the antenna up, you don't know which direction to face it in. I know there is omnidirectional antennas, that's fair enough, but some aren't. But generally the ones that are directional are the better antennas anyway. But if you've got a directional antenna like we have on this van, they drive me crazy. You wind them up, it takes you God knows how long to find where the towers are if you don't already know. And then you have to do a complete tune on your TV, only to find that there's no channels available, so you have to turn the antenna again, and so on and so forth. And that sometimes can take, oh yeah, you can fluke it, I'll admit that, but a lot of the times you don't fluke it. So look, what we've done, most people these days have a smart TV, and if you haven't, you should consider it. And all we need on our TV is 12-volt supply. That's it. We hook to the internet and use internet TV all the time, like 9 Now, 7 Plus, 10 Play, etc., or Netflix, whatever you want to watch. And it's just as simple as most people have got plenty of data capability on their phone these days. You can hotspot your phone to that for a device if you haven't got a 12-volt modem in your van at the moment. So it's another handy way to really get quick TV reception if you want that. So anyway, moving right along again, I'm going to now take you out and we're going to have a bit of a change of theme here, and I'm going to show you one of my favourite camp cooking devices. Come with me. It's called a Campmate. First of all, it consists of nothing much more than a tripod where the three legs just pop open. And it has this tray here, which is where we put the heat beads. A couple of handles there, and that tray clips under here onto that rod, and hence you can adjust the tray up and down towards the camp oven, and pretty much that becomes a thermostat. So as I said, let's see what we can do with it. That's where you mount your camp oven, and simply we've got to heat the heat beads up and cook those off so they're ready to do the job properly. So what also you need is one of these canisters, I suppose you could call it, simply just to burn the heat beads off, put some heat firelighters underneath it. Then we just need to pour in some of the charcoal beads, heat beads. Still more than I put in, but anyway, it's okay. So now just by simply lighting the firelighters underneath there, give it about 20 minutes, half an hour, those heat beads will be all ready to go. So while that's burning off, we'll prepare Dougie's favourite stew for you. 2 onions that we've got to cut up into about 15 mil cubes, a couple of celery stalks, certainly there's enough carrots in it. We have a kilo of chuck steak, Okay, so the heat beads are all burnt off now, ready to do their job. So it's just a matter of filling the tray up, putting on the oven there, and a few on top. So we'll preheat that oven to get that oven nice and up to 180 degrees. Then we'll be ready to put the onion in and brown the onion off. Now the best part, back on the fire. Well, back on the heat beads, I should say. Back on the Campmade. The lid. Just to start with, I'll wind up the thermostat and bring up the heat beads a bit to get it going. There's our thermostat. It's probably about 220 degrees. We just let that sit there now for 4 to 5 hours, and what I think we might do, we might go for a fish up this beautiful Mile River and see if we can catch a fish. Knowing my luck today, I will catch one because we normally want it for dinner, but obviously we're having stew for dinner tonight. So anyway, we'll go for fish and show you the Mile River. All right, the acid test. Let's have a bit of a check of it, to see what's happening. Oh, Jesus, check that out. Is that not good or what? I'm only half done. Look at that. Must have that taste test before we dish it up. Tender as. I think we might dish up, eh? All right, this is the test. I wish you could all be here. Cheers, guys. Good morning and welcome to another day on this magnificent Mile River. So what do you reckon about that Campmade? Pretty good, eh? For under $30, you really can't go past it. And if you want all the details on where to purchase it, I'll put that down in the description box below so you can check that out after the video. So my second last tip for you for this particular video is this rear bin here. They call it a wheelie bin. Anyway, it's made by Bushranger, and I'm not plugging any particular item here. None of the things you see in this video are sponsored or paid for in any way, shape or form, by the way. But this thing made by Bushranger, we found it quite good. We've hung it off a board here instead of the tyre. But what we found was, when we put our plastic liner bag in there, it would forever sink down to the bottom, and it would even turn around and go underneath there. And when we'd go to get the plastic bag out with garbage in it, we'd either rip the bag or it'd fall apart, or we'd have extreme difficulty getting the bag out. So what we did, we decided to do a bit of research, so we went off to Bunnings. We found this typical kitchen garbage bin that you would buy, and we thought, geez, that might just, it had a lid and all that sort of thing, which we threw out. We thought that might just fit in the wheelie bin. Well, sure enough, it was almost as though I had made the plastic bin for it. So we slip that in there. It's a firm fit, but that's the way we want it. And then that now makes the whole bin as rigid as. So we just slip our liner bag in there now, and when we go to get our garbage out, it comes in and out as easy as, and it's a winner. So once again, I'll put the details of this particular garbage bin here in the description box below for you. But yeah, I reckon you should check it out. So it's the Bushranger. I only say Bushranger because we know that this bin fits this particular bag, and you're all set to go. So I promised you the last would be the best. And make no mistake, this is invaluable. And I only wish I'd fitted one of these years ago. I would have been a much happier chap, I can tell you. I'm standing at the toilet cassette door. As you can see, the cassette's in there, and fitted on the outside of this little shroud here. And what it's called a SOG. Now, nobody seems to know what SOG stands for, so we won't worry about that, but it's spelled S-O-G. And it's a SOG system. They're designed to fit all standard cassette toilets. Doesn't matter what make or model, there's just different SOGs to suit them. And what it is, it's a device that's designed to reduce odour. And when I say reduce, I'm talking about 100% reduction. So there is no odour. It's also designed so you never have to use chemicals again. So the saving in chemicals can seriously, in 12 months of travelling, which I found, can pay for the SOG system. And the fact that you've got zero smell, no chemicals, it's a win-win. And if you pull up at places where you can't empty your cassette because it's got chemicals in it, well, you can, because you've got no chemicals. You've simply got waste and water. That's it. Same as you'd have in any toilet. Now, what it is, it's not much more. If we just pull this cassette out a little bit here to show you, you'll see that this little hose is connected to the cassette and it filters through to this device mounted on the door here. And all that is an exhaust fan. It's a tiny little fan which makes near zero noise. And it's activated the moment you pull your lever to go to the toilet, pull your lever out to release the valve there, it turns the fan on. As soon as you push the lever back in, it turns it off again. And it instantaneously, the moment you pull that lever on and turn the fan on, it instantaneously sucks the odours out. And another great benefit is too, if you've just gone to the toilet and walked out and someone else wants to walk straight in, they don't have to wait 5 or 10 minutes for the odours to go, because there is no odours in there at all. And it's just, what can I say? Does it get any better than that? So just to show you, I've got a second cassette here. This particular cassette, a Dometic, they're all designed, this comes with a normal pressure release valve just here. And so you simply just throw that away, put in this adapter which comes with the SOG, turn that around. It does come with a plug. So when the system's not in use, you push that plug in so nothing falls out of that. And that's how you would normally stow your second cassette. So to put it in, you just simply pull that plug out, pull this out here. That's the hose that just disconnects from that. And out comes your cassette. Get the cassette, push our little plug in there and push the cassette in. So if you don't get one of these SOG systems, you're as crazy as I was for the last few years. It's the best thing I've ever fitted the van. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this particular episode, spending some time on the magnificent Mile River here. If you'd like it, please click that subscribe button and notification button. We'd love that very much. And we'll see you on the road pretty soon. So cheers for now.